আপুনি চাই আছে লাইভ আৱাৰ ভাৰতীয় সেনাৰ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কমাণ্ডাৰ ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাৰ সৈতে নিউজ 18 অসম নৰ্থ ইষ্টৰ হোৱা আছুতীয়া সাক্ষাৎকাৰত প্ৰকাশ কৰিছে কেতবোৰ গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ তথ্য ভাৰত চীন সীমান্তৰ বৰ্তমানৰ পৰিস্থিতি সীমান্তৰ আন্তঃগাঁথনি ভাৰত চৰকাৰে গ্ৰহণ কৰা পদক্ষেপৰ প্ৰশংসা কৰিলে জিঅ'চি ইন চিফ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কমাণ্ডাৰ লেফটেনেণ্ট জেনেৰেল ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাই ভাৰত চীন সীমান্তত বিগত 10 বছৰত ব্যাপক পৰিৱৰ্তন আহিছে ৰাস্তা ঘাট যোগাযোগ আৰু উন্নয়নৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত যথেষ্টখিনি উন্নতি হৈছে এই মন্তব্য জিঅ'চি ইন চিফ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কমাণ্ডাৰ লেফটেনেণ্ট জেনেৰেল ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাৰ আন্তঃগাঁথনিৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত ভাৰতীয় সেনাৰ তুলনাত চীনৰ পিএলএ কিছু আগবাঢ়ি আছে বুলি মন্তব্য কৰে অৱশ্যে ভাৰতে পলমকৈ হলেও নিজৰ শক্তিশালী স্থিতিত উপনীত হ'বলৈ সক্ষম হৈছে অনাগত এবছৰৰ ভিতৰত ভাৰত চৰকাৰে সীমান্ত অঞ্চলত আমূল পৰিৱৰ্তন আনিব বুলি কয় ৰাণা প্ৰতাপে
If you look at Eastern Theatre, the infrastructure development in the Eastern Theatre had taken some time, primarily because of the challenges of terrain and the weather conditions that are prevalent in the entire Eastern Theatre. And if you look at non-borders in the states of Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh, the infrastructure development has taken place quite a lot in last about 10-15 years.
So we started late, sir?
But it's still, the PLA is slightly ahead of us because they started early and we started late. And particularly in some specific areas which were not connected earlier. So it will take some time to catch up with the adversary. But I'm sure the way the focus is being given on the development of infrastructure by the government as well as all the agencies that are involved, in years to come, I'm sure we'll be able to meet the requirement that is there of the requisite infrastructure development.
Then we'll go ahead of China?
It is not a question of, race between the two countries, but whatever is required for our own movement of troops or logistics, we'll be able to meet all these requirements.
আৰু ইফালে মণিপুৰৰ অস্থিৰতাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতো গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ মন্তব্য জিঅ'চি ইন চিফ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কমাণ্ডাৰ লেফটেনেণ্ট জেনেৰেল ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাৰ মণিপুৰৰ সংঘাতৰ আঁৰত কেইবাটাও কাৰক আছে বুলি মন্তব্য কুকি মেইটে আৰু নগা জনগোষ্ঠীৰ মাজত ঐতিহাসিকভাৱে কিছুমান সমস্যা আছে ৰাজ্যখনত বিশেষ জনগোষ্ঠী অঞ্চল সম্প্ৰসাৰণৰ অভিযোগ আছে দুয়োপক্ষৰ অস্ত্ৰৰ উপলব্ধতায়ো সংঘাতক তীব্ৰতৰ কৰি তুলিছে তদুপৰি म्यांमाৰৰ বৰ্তমান পৰিস্থিতিয়ে উত্তৰ পূবৰ মণিপুৰ মিজোৰামতো প্ৰভাৱ পেলাইছে বুলি মন্তব্য কৰে লেফটেনেণ্ট জেনেৰেল ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাই
Manipur, there are a lot of factors involved as far as the instability in Manipur is concerned. Firstly, there are, that there are 3 tribes which basically inhabit Manipur, the Kukis, the Nagas and the Meiteis. So there has been some historical issues, some legacy issues, which are there between these 3 tribes as to who came there first and who were the original inhabitants and who came in later point of time. And there are also allegations of, expansion of areas by some tribes and various restrictions that are placed on particularly Meiteis because the valley people, they cannot buy properties in the hillside, whereas the vice versa is allowed. So those sort of issues, then the ST for the Meiteis, that has been an issue. So all these issues combined together, I think, led up to the violence that broke out on 3rd of May. Initially, you are aware that it escalated in Churachandpur, More and Imphal. And with the timely induction and proactive action taken by the armed forces, Assam Rifle, with help from the police and the CAPF, we were able to manage the situation. There were close to about 35,000 displaced people who were moved to safety by us, including the Assam Rifle and the CAPF. And then thereafter our focus has been to control the violence parameters so that it doesn't escalate. But the problem remains of availability of weapons with both the communities, whether they were stolen from the armories or it came from Myanmar. There are different quantities which are ascribed, but that remains a problem. I think in a civilized, in a democratic setup, in a civilized society, there is no place for any weapon, because if the availability of weapon is there, any minor incident can also escalate into a violent sort of incident. So that remains a challenge.
বহু প্ৰত্যাশিত আলোচনাপন্থী আলফা কেন্দ্ৰীয় চৰকাৰ আৰু ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰৰ মাজত হ'বলগীয়া শান্তি চুক্তিক আদৰণি জনাইছে ভাৰতীয় সেনাৰ জিঅ'চি ইন চিফ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কমাণ্ডাৰ লেফটেনেণ্ট জেনেৰেল ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাই নিউজ 18 সৈতে হোৱা এক আছুতীয়া সাক্ষাৎকাৰত ইষ্টাৰ্ণ কমাণ্ডাৰ লেফটেনেণ্ট জেনেৰেল ৰাণা প্ৰতাপ কলিতাই আলফা আৰু চৰকাৰৰ মাজত অনুষ্ঠিত হ'বলগীয়া শান্তি চুক্তিক এক ধনাত্মক দিশ বুলি অভিহিত কৰে
Plus NSCN, KYA from Nagaland, even some group of splinter group of NSCN IM is also having a camp across in Myanmar, as also the Manipur militant groups have also got camps in Myanmar. So they had been operating from those camps, coming into India and carrying out their operation or extortion or things like that, and then going back. The recent operation conflict between the Myanmar army and the PDF and the other EAGs in Myanmar has also impacted some of these camps. So I am told that they were forced to vacate some of these camps which they were occupying. So it is definitely going to make, if the fighting continues the way it is in the areas close to the Indo-Myanmar border inside Myanmar, it is going to impact the camps which are established by these militant groups. So I think it is time that we have already taken an initiative, and the state government along with the central government had signed the ceasefire agreement with the UNLFP, and I believe some more talks are going on to motivate the other groups also to get into some sort of a dialogue and thereafter get into a ceasefire agreement.